How's it going, everyone? It is the third episode of the Remodeler ad audit. Again, these will be firms doing somewhere between 2 to 15 million a year. Just to show you established businesses and what's going on in the market right now, what ads they're running, and my own perception of it. Where I thought that there were leaks based on the fact that I specialize in trust, conversion, hybrid focused campaigns. And our goal is generally to obviously build trust, let the brand be built, but we also want to bring in more inquiries and let this be a tool where when you're putting in $1, you're at least bringing back 10, 20, 30, up to $50 of revenue back. That's the goal here. This is the meta ads library. By the way, this is where I was able to see these firms and the ads that they're running. You can see basically any business over here just by searching it up. You can search up a keyword, the country, and you can also just search up the firm directly, their Facebook page. For context, everything that I'll be talking about is geared around trying to bring in your ICP, right? Your ideal customer profile. What does that mean? Something like this, right? Your ideal customer, and we want to make sure that it's geared towards this profile. We want to talk in the way that they would actually be interested in, and we want to address the objection that they have. An example of it is if you're selling a kitchen remodel, would be a wealthy double income couple, maybe in their 40s, their 50s, but potentially the 60s, right? Maybe they're retired. The whole idea here is that this will be a homeowner who actually wants to invest 50 to $150,000 in their project. They've been thinking about it for months. They're researching, they're comparing, and they're also nervous about this. Like, that's just some more context around them. If you really want to think about who's actually walking through the door. Now, this type of person is not going to respond to a $2,000 off ad with a stock photo. They do not fill out a three-field lead form, or rather, they would not want to fill out a three-field lead form, and they actually need to trust you before they'll even pick up the phone. Almost none of these ads are built for that type of person, and I'll show you also what you should run if you want to bring in that type of person. First of all, these are ghost ads, and again, for context, this is from my perspective of building conversion focused campaigns without neglecting trust. Ghost ads. With this firm, as you can see, like they have a few different videos of just their team working, the projects that they have, which is good and it's nice, but this is more of branding. Just 4 posts being boosted. They're promoting their piano bar opening, they're sending traffic to Instagram, not a website or landing page. So again, it's presence on Meta for sure, but your invisibility, your actual buyer boosting always ends up sharing your media, your posts to just as many people as possible. It is not your ideal customer. Instagram genuinely just wants to get the most views possible, and 98 to 99% of the traffic tends to be unqualified people. It tends to be the Pinterest squad, is a term that I have for them. Essentially just people who want to check out your post, they're interested in it, but they're not actually going to be able to buy it. They're just like looking at the media. That being said, the next firm is this, where they have lovely work, right? Like a nice double vanity, great bathroom, but that's it. It's just a like post. Now, it's been running since June 2025. The CTA is just liking the page. They list every service they offer. Like, think about it. This firm has had 4 decades. They're 6 times best of Frederick winner. But that's it. It's just 565 Facebook page likes. Like, that's it. That's like the only sort of way they're utilizing their meta presence, and it's just complete underutilization. This next firm has a nice Instagram. As you can see, they have quite a few followers. They have good work. They're posting often, which is great, right? Like, we love organic. But this is it. It's just one active ad. It's just a gutter waterproofing educational ad, and it links directly to their Instagram. It's just very underutilized organic foundation, and you're missing out on a ton of ability to deal with different objections, let people see more of your work, show different types of media, and be able to control, like curate your media presence at scale. right? Like even with these guys with their 28K followers, I remember seeing like the reels might have a few hundred or a few thousand views, which is normal. But with paid, you can reach out to several thousand per post per day. Accordingly, I mean, how you split your budget, but you're able to literally reach out to people at scale to your ICP, and you're able to control it. That is why it's being underutilized on paid. Also, I wanted just go over this one firm, just think of them as an honorary mention of what not to do, right? These guys have lovely projects. I mean, I'm just assuming that this is some of their work. The only issue is like if you're trying to bring in luxury projects, you can never ever race to the bottom. Like that just does not make sense. It might be possible if you're that great in marketing, but it just tends to be contradicting and tends to contradict itself in nature. Like especially when you're just, like it's a good hook, but it just wouldn't be ideal, right? Like, and this is their landing page again. I'm happy that they have a landing page, happy that they have a survey, but the branding just does not scream luxury home improvements. Neither does the office. So please, guys, just don't do this. If you want to get in luxury projects, um, don't talk about being the cheapest. And if you want to bring in more volume and you pride yourself on being affordable, then sure, go ahead. But don't expect the best types of inquiries or ICPs or inquiries rather. You're just not going to attract the best people if you always go with the price to the bottom approach. Sorry, race to the bottom approach. Now, this next firm has nice work. They were showing some of their projects, right? Like, that's again the thing where it's good work, as you can see, but it's very limited media, right? Like, it's just two active ads. One sends to Instagram, the one to the website homepage. The video just uses like these animations for the sake of it. It looked like it was more generic and stuff, just like stock videos. It's nice projects, but there's nothing that really stops the scroll. It's pure top of funnel. There is really no conversion path, and they have a CMO, and this is what they're running. I'm assuming like Instagram has just become something passive over here. Um, but still, nice work. And again, linking to the website always increases cost per inquiry. It's just not ideal. That's why I put this for bad ads. For mediocre, right? Again, mediocre too can be good. Like with this one firm, for example, lovely work, lovely projects. These guys would have good ads too. They're kind of in the middle of it, and I just put them in mediocre now for a particular reason. So, as you can see, these guys do great work. They have a good service area, good projects, nice videos, right? A good diversity too of what they've been able to build. Team examples. This picture I think is fantastic. Like showing your actual team is amazing in building trust. Like people will actually get that community feeling and they start to know and like you more. So 19 ads, good amount of volume, good creative variety. Could be better, but like dealing with more objections, actually having more media related to giving people a reason to inquire right now, that would be good. It's more, and there were quite a few just like stock images essentially, or like normal graphics. Good for branding. I mean, it was pretty decent for branding, but conversion is basically where the issue is. As you can see, like this is the landing page. Um, Lovely projects, just too much text, not a simple reason for people to inquire now. A form again is going to be a bit inferior just because you're not able to take in too much information. And then this, right? Like good projects, but just not enough of a conversion focus over here. And that's I think that they'd be mediocre from the conversion standpoint, just no qualification, no survey, and no specific reason for people to actually inquire. Like you can have great projects, but are you the only person who does that? That is why having a specific reason, giving people a reason to inquire with you, and right now is extremely important. That's what happens when you deal with objections and you give people what they want. That is the whole point of ads. The next firm, these guys have nice work, as you can see. But it was interesting, right? Like lovely projects, but it's kind of limited. Plus, like they were running a lead form. So, like, see, 5 ads, right? One promotes a home show booth, which is interesting. It's just not ideal for paid traffic because you're going to be overpaying a bit, depending on, I don't know, the ticket size. It's just uh, feels like something that was done for the sake of it. Could have been done better, but in general, right? Like in paid, if you want to bring in more inquiries, there are two things. First of all, the website is nice, but just sending traffic there always, you guys know, it does not work. The lead form, it's just, as you can see, this is just mixed. We want to separate it into kitchens, like one ad for kitchens, one ads for bathroom, and this. It's a good thing that they're asking some questions, but lead forms again will just not bring in the good quality inquiries. And that's definitely been an issue, not to mention like the low impression count. I don't even think they're putting enough of a budget there. So they at least have something up, but it's still leaked. It's still leaking at every stage. The actual ads themselves, who you're targeting, how much you're spending, the way they're inquiring, what you actually have on. No budget qualification, no before afters, no objection handling. Um, this one is actually a custom home builder. For those of you who want to get in higher ticket projects, it's still a bit funny, right? Like as you can see, these guys have it's like basically AI related images, right? Like it's just AI generated stuff or like normal Canva posts. Simple images, simple ads like this can work well just to bring people over the edge. I completely agree, like it's worked well in the past, but just having that is never a solution. The quality of inquiry just tends to be garbage, if I'm saying it nicely. Um, And so that's why I don't know. I really did not like this approach. Perhaps they're crushing it. It's just from my opinion for like getting in 300,000 to $2.5 million projects. I don't think like you can just keep images like this. Like it's okay to like test the angles and stuff and mention those points. It's good that they have a clear CTA also, but it's unchanged for 2 to 7 months. Creative fatigue likely would have hit. There's literally no team on camera, no owner, no process content, no testimonials, no reviews, no reasons for people to actually inquire with you, other than just like, oh, we're doing this, so inquire with us. And so the conversion setup is actually nice, like even with this landing page, as you can see. But there's just no trust layer over here, and that's why I always approach marketing with a hybrid trust conversion aspect. You can't miss either of them. Um, like, see, the offer also that they have is good. It's clear, it's much better than the other landing pages you might have seen earlier. And they have a survey, which I always like. Again, AI images, I mean, it's kind of okay because like custom home building, people like seeing just designs, potential designs. Like it doesn't have to be actual homes, but I don't know. Like if you want to build trust, it's just not the best. That's why I thought of it as mediocre. This next firm is more focused on cabinet refacing. Um, Again, I mean, if these guys are really happy with a 40% off discount, then sure. They do have only like 7 ads and like 55 variations, good volume, at least good congruency. I just don't know if advertising that heavily would bring in the best inquiries for them. Likely not. Plus, they're only running a form. Um, Scarcity angle. They have good social proof, good experience, but again, it's more of a volume focus. They have a good conversion design, but I don't know. I don't think they will be bringing in the best quality inquiries, especially when, like this is the landing page, but this was their website. Like it doesn't have to be the exact same. I just want to show you the difference between branding for a second and like just the quality of the first impression that it gives, because that does matter. Um, Next one, good ads finally. So this is a bigger brand. They're actually a franchise. They have like over 20 locations. They do great work. They have a good diverse set of creatives. They have a good offer again, right? Like if you want to specialize on something, specialize on being like having a great warranty, a lifetime warranty, 10-year warranty, great amount of reviews, experience, right? Even the fact that you're extremely fast and like actually doing the remodel, like that is so much better than just advertising to people about, oh, we're just this cheap. And this was actually a pretty good ad. Makes sense that too. Like they have their lead gen in place, where they, as you can see, they have the 10 ads across 20 locations. They're probably doing about 20 to 50 million a year. The before after gallery as landing destination is a bit smart for the service. I would definitely want to mix. Actually, I'll address that in a second. Their benefit focused copy, they're not purely discount driven. That's pretty important. Their creative variation for 26 locations probably would not be enough. No client testimonials, no objection handling. Like there just still isn't enough diversity in the creatives. Their before after gallery, they have with the form, it's in the right direction. But again, like basic contact form, not enough of a qualification when somebody's inquiring. And I don't think there was just enough ads for trust. As you can see, like they have great reviews. It's a good thing that they actually show that. But again, you want to minimize how much you're showing to people. This is just too much information. Like they'll get overwhelmed a bit. It's just a part of the online world, right? We want to be more careful with what we're showing and not show too much, but not show too less. So that's that. But good lessons to be learned there. These guys were kind of interesting. So this is a bathroom and kitchen remodeling job, but they're focusing on roofing with their hands. Still wanted to just show this because they have interesting creatives. Like there is the diversity over here. Mostly just images. Um, the only thing is like they have this AI avatar ads. Perhaps it works extremely well, but it's kind of obvious that it is, an AI avatar. They have about 15 plus active ads. They do have good objection handling. The price objection, local versus national, trust warranty process. Um, the AI avatar ads, I'm not sure about them because it would undermine trust to an extent for sure, especially when it's obvious. That's why having like an actual human being, your actual team on camera, is kind of important. Like people see the difference. At least if it's high ticket projects, people are going to see that difference. When it comes to the survey, they do have 5 questions. It is in the right direction. Strongest objection handling, I would still add probably a bit more diversity with creatives and probably just clean up the look over here. As you can see, it's an interesting survey. Like the images aren't terrible, but I'm not sure about the looks. I also would not go the form approach. I would probably go the survey approach, but it's honestly good overall. Just some things that I would change in order to boost results. Then again, what does this audit show overall, right? Your ghost tier companies are not running enough to actually matter. The mediocre tier companies are spending real money with no conversion path. The companies that are closest to doing it are at least doing a few million a year, or they're doing 20 to 50 million a year. They probably had years of trial and error at scale. And if you're above $1 million, you're likely not going to have that type of runway. The thing is that nobody's actually building the entire system at the growth stage, right? And a lot of the times it's not actively maintained, which is important. Awareness without conversion also is just expensive brand building. Having conversion without trust, you're not going to close a big tier project. So the gap here wasn't just the ads, is that again there's missing parts in the funnel and nobody's completely owning it. Where we're focused obviously about getting in projects right now because we're investing into marketing, but at the same time we want to build up that brand value, build up trust, become a bigger household name. And here's what good looks like. When you have 15 to 20 plus creative variations rotating and tested consistently, multiple angles, transformations, good diversity, ads that don't look like ads ideally, the top, middle, and bottom of funnel all covered. And when when a homeowner in your market is ready to call someone, you're going to be the most familiar and trusted one. And you can actually use even meta ads to make that happen, which is what was missing over here. And some other concept, some other context for you guys, right? Like this ICP. If they're trying to get in a 10 to $40,000 bathroom, 30 to 150K kitchen, they could have a few different objections on trust, right? Like, how do I know the quality will actually be what they show me? Are these actual projects or stock AI photos? I've heard horror stories about contractors missing the actual process itself. How long is it actually going to take? What happens if something goes wrong? On money, like different things about it being more expensive, about the quote being misaligned with final price, and about the commitment also. Am I locked in? What if I hate it once it's done? Right? Like these are actual thoughts that they have subconsciously and consciously that will stop them from inquiring with you, that will stop them from making the final decision. And that is where we use ads. That is the whole point of using ads and why we have this approach. I mean, this has been 3 episodes up till now. These have been 30 different companies with the similar types of issues. If you'll want me to just check out your business, see where the gaps are in your marketing funnel, feel free to send me a message on LinkedIn, or you can book a call with the link below. And yeah, next video is going to be different.